Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, August 24th, 2013. I'm speaking with Dr. Professor Bikash Mohon Sanyal. This interview is being conducted in New Jersey. Dr. Sanyal, what's your desh?
Amar desh, Purbottama Pakistan.
English?
Previously we call East Bengal.
East Bengal.
Rajshahi district
And
Nauga subdivision.
Nauga subdivision and any village or any town?
No, we live in Nauga properly.
No, Nauga town proper.
Nauga town properly.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your neighborhood, your house?
I had been going and coming till I read class 7 up in Bengal, in Calcutta. Therefore, I have a very good memories.
Okay.
And as my living span of my ancestors very long.
Okay. How many generations they lived there?
It is surprised to hear that I have my father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. I have seen them.
Oh, I see. And many other generations lived there?
And my father died only 202 at the age of 93. My father.
Oh, 2002.
2002. I saw 2006, sorry. 2006. And I have seen my grandfather, Rabindra Mohon Sanyal, died in our house at the age of 92 or 93 years.
That was in India?
No, in India.
India.
I have seen my great-grandfather also.
Okay.
That too in Pakistan, in my ancestral home.
Okay. Now tell us, what's the name of your parents?
My parents?
Yeah.
Devendra Mohon Sanyal and Renuka Sanyal.
Yeah. And what were their professions?
My father at that time was MA LLB.
Okay, lawyer?
Not lawyer.
LLB is a law degree.
Law degree only. He was the first government servant in our family.
In our family?
In our family.
And he lived in Pabna?
He lived in Natur.
Now, let me go back to your...
And my mother, Ghoti and Bangal, hails from Calcutta, Lahiri family. And my mother's father, I say grandfather, from my mother's sides, Dadu, he was a student of Vidyashankar Moshe.
Oh.
And he was FA pass.
So he was that far back.
And I have seen him also. And whenever I met him, he quoted Milton.
Oh my God.
And he was a pioneer Hoshiari businessman in Calcutta.
But
and it's a brand Genji, Tushar Tuhin Malay.
Oh, I see, the undershirt.
Undershirts.
Okay.
Anyway, my mother passed her BA in the 1939.
So that's also very early, very pioneering.
And
from Calcutta itself?
Calcutta itself. Because they live in same Tenidas Potolanga Street.
Tenidas?
Tenidar Potolanga Street.
Oh, Tenidar Potolanga.
Tenida is famous for...
okay, Potolanga Street.
Potolanga Street.
Okay. Now, tell me about your neighborhood, where you grew up. How was it like?
Now, that neighborhood, after go to Calcutta.
No, in Pabna?
In Nauga.
Yeah, Nauga.
Not Pabna.
Yeah.
Now,
sorry.
When I remember, I see that if I describe my entire house like this, imagine I won't be able to compare along with the modern houses. It was a big gate with two lions standing side by side. Lions. And entering to that, left side I see the Kashari Bari till now, visualizing this.
Yeah.
There are big courtyard. Opposite to that is a Durga Dalan.
Durga Bari. Goddess Durga.
And after that, our Bhitar Bari, Andar Mahal starts. Andar Mahal is like a, say, E, just chop the middle portion of the line.
Yeah.
It's just the E-shaped.
E-shaped, okay.
And my great-grandfather was Rai Bahadur.
Rai Bahadur. That's a very honorific title, very high title.
And in his name, there is a bank, there is school, the ladies' girls' school, there is public library. At that time.
In Pabna?
Nauga.
Sorry, that's why I keep saying Nauga.
Nauga.
Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah. So what's the name of the school, do you remember?
Padichon Girls' School.
Padichon, is it? Okay. Actually, name of grandfather.
Great grandfather.
Great grandfather. Now, did you go to school there?
No.
You did your schooling entirely
in Calcutta after partition.
After partition.
After partition.
But before you didn't go to school at all?
Not at all.
Okay. So tell us about your neighborhood. Was it a Hindu neighborhood, mixed neighborhood? Did you socialize with your neighbor?
As far as I remember, it was more or less mixed neighborhood, but a very good relationship we had. Because he was the, I'm not, whether I'm feeling very, I should say, not very well to say, because term is now not very good one, that he was a great zamindar there. He was a great zamindar.
Okay.
And holding big plots of land and etc. And he has thousands of projas, peasants.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong in having land.
Because no, people do not like the jodhar, jomidars, and
somebody has to accumulate wealth. Somebody has to do it.
At that time it was like that, and he was big shots in that.
Okay.
Now, so far as that the time is concerned, they had two houses side by side. One is Barataraf. Barataraf.
Okay.
That means
bigger
share. Not bigger share. By virtue of that, Kishori Mohon Pari Mohon Sanyal has one son, Kishori Mohon Sanyal. Kishori Mohon Sanyal has two marriages. From the earlier marriage we come from.
Okay.
And the next marriage, they come from, they belong to Chotaraf.
Okay, I see. The second offsprings of the second wife.
Yeah. Now, one thing is very peculiar, and was very young at that time. I was very curious to see. There's a partition, small partition, between two houses, and a small door. I was curious to ask, why the door is not open? Why the door is not open? Then say, there are other families are staying there.
Right, Dave? We're doing.
Now,
we gotta flip it around.
Now, I asked what happened. Then I came to understand that other family members are staying there. With them, they had only they had not that good relationship. But they're also quite famous. Probably at that time you have heard the name of Girija Mohon Sanyal and that Rajani Mohon Sanyal.
Okay. Now, tell me. So what made? How did you end up in India instead of Naga? How was the transition? Why did they go?
Because my father was the first government servant, tell you. Now, when the partition was declared, and possibly there was a conversation that those who can opt for India, they can go to India. Those who can stay in Pakistan, they can stay in Pakistan. My father opted for India.
What about the... Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, first is that when option was given, at that time, so if I remember, at that point in time, there was no communal riot till now, till then.
It's peaceful.
It's peaceful. But when partition was confirmed, option was delivered, and everything, then started looting and all that thing.
Did your family been affected? Do you know their buildings?
And my family was, I can't remember that, but I can tell you that they were forced to leave at home and heart.
Really?
Home and heart. And they came to Calcutta. Penniless. From riches to rags.
Overnight almost.
Overnight.
So what happened to the building, do you know?
No.
Anybody went there?
Yes, I heard that building is converted to college.
Oh.
I do not know. Okay. But I had a very good memories of the building.
But did somebody pay compensation for the building?
No, not at all. No. I don't know that.
Okay. So what about the Choto Hisha? Choto
Porivar? I have no memory of it.
Okay.
Because Girija Mohon Sanyal was a very big businessman in Calcutta. He has some Sanyal Lahiri ink and etc. Business. Therefore, I don't have an idea of that exactly. But I have seen Girija Mohon Sanyal. He even came to my marriage.
But nobody, as far as you know, went back to look into the property or claim the property.
Because not that. They're really literally frightened, because after the partition, till now there is no visa and all these restrictions. They're free burning.
Did anybody physically harmed? Do you know?
Not physically harmed, but they were mentally tortured and they've been forced to sell their properties.
Did they sell or somebody took it over?
Because it was Ejmali property.
What is Ejmali?
That means all property coming from Kishori Mohon Sanyal.
Yeah, that means belong to one family. Yeah, joint family.
But each and every brother issue of Bikash Mohon Sanyal, they owned the individual property also.
No, I see. Okay.
They could sell that property.
Yeah.
My grandfather did that.
Sold some.
Has sold some, his portion only.
Okay.
But he couldn't sell the Ajmal property.
That means that belonged to the common property.
Common property.
Common.
Common.
Belonged to everybody. They couldn't. So, how did they, when they came to, how did they survive in Calcutta?
Oh, there's awful and horrible stories. Horrible stories. Once I read it, I can recollect those stories. Because you know, at that time, my mother was a highly qualified person.
Yes.
In
yes,
that standard.
Bachelor's degree at that time.
I was reading MA.
Yes.
We had to shift to Calcutta and staying almost in Bosti.
In a slum, basically.
Bosti.
Basically.
It is 21 Kanaithar Lane.
21 Kanai.
And just besides that, your Bonkatne, Hakataguli.
In what part of the city?
Not Calcutta.
Not Calcutta.
It's a prostitute area.
Oh, near the prostitute area. Okay. Bagh Bazaar, Sham Bazaar?
No. It is near Shialda.
Oh, Shialda. Oh, Harkata.
Harkata.
Oh, okay. It's a slum. Yeah, it's a prostitute area.
Premchand Boral Street, then Kanaithar Lane.
Okay.
We got only because at that time, North Calcutta was such that there was no place for renting the house. No system also.
Yes.
Now we got one room, just literally one room, blocked from every side. It was a Thakur Bari, somebody of some Rokhita.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he had some big building. She rented that small room.
That prostitute rent one room to you?
Not, I shouldn't say prostitute,
But
because she was Rokhita.
Rokhita
Rokhita is
kept.
different.
Yeah, I mean, that means she served only one person.
One person.
Yeah.
And that room, literally
How many people you lived there?
that house was Thakur Bari, I told you.
Thakur Bari,
and it was a huge courtyard.
The
Inside
Thakur
courtyard.
Bari is a building dedicated to the temple.
That Rokhita.
Okay.
And there's a big courtyard also.
Courtyard.
And big veranda also.
Okay.
We have only small room.
Okay.
The people after partition coming from Shialda, coming to my house, staying at veranda, and in that room, we also staying more or less in that way.
So it was
just like
just a place for many people to
many
sleep.
people here. Yeah.
Common outside cooking.
Common cooking done mainly by mother
Yeah.
and with one helping hand.
Okay. So it was really rags to riches to rags.
Richest rags.
So how did you survive in Calcutta? What did
My father gave option, I told you.
yeah? So he had a job.
He got a job. And that is the only source of income for the entire family. My dadu came
Your grandparents.
along with so many children.
Yeah. So
many children. Because my grandfather had 2 marriages.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
My first marriage is my father
Yeah.
and my Boro Bishima.
Yeah.
And second marriage from Shantipur Moitro, she has so many sons.
So they also came and shared
together.
They shared
One
together?
room,
Okay.
mind you.
So-
After a few days, they find out another room in Howrah, they shifted there.
Shifted
But our house is transitional camp.
Okay. It was a transitional camp.
And that transitional camp remained for a long time till I sat for school final in the year 1956.
1956. So we are talking about is it 47, 48 they came, so or 49?
47, 48, 46 streams coming
but-
up.
Yeah. So between 40s, let's say 47 and 56, this was going on
Going on.
on a regular basis.
Regular basis. But my grandfather came around 48.
48. And that was the last straw, last connection.
Last connections.
And-
Now, after that, my grandfather went there twice or thrice.
Your grandfather.
There is no visa and passport that. After when it was introduced, possibly my father had been once because I saw that old passport with me.
I see. So, but he couldn't recover the property or recover other
Nothing.
things. Now, so when you went to school, you taught very, did you ever feel discriminated in India as a refugee?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
But what pained me that poverty was so abject for us. Reading, possibly there is no accommodation to for reading and etc. There is no sunlight in the room. Only one room, constantly people coming and going, and we have no place to study.
But you did very well.
Not well, but somehow due
You
to God's
became a
grace,
professor and doctorate.
Due to God's grace, it has been done. Not at all. If you visualize the place,
Yeah.
you will shudder how one can survive there. How one can survive there.
Tell us in very briefly. Some struggles. Tell us some stories of
You
struggles.
know, I told you that my mother came from respectable Calcutta family. She was not physically that strong person. From the very childhood, I had a very strong inclination to support my mother. Therefore, you know, at that time we have no gas. We have a koila runun,
Yeah. Coal fire. Yeah.
And you have to prepare the coal for, they give a big chunk.
Yes. You have to break it into
break it small pieces.
small pieces.
I did bosta after bosta, did that.
Yeah, bags and bags. You'd break that.
Break that. Because you know, koila, and then ghutia, you know.
Yeah. And the
as a fuel,
cow dung packing.
powder packet. That I have to purchase and keep it properly for rainy season. In that way, and there is only one water connections. I have to pull 30 to 40 buckets of water from that place to my room.
You have to carry the water back to your house. So, how many brothers and sisters you had?
Myself, only son of my parent, and 2 sisters.
So, your sisters were also living with you.
Younger one is 14 years junior to me.
Okay.
Therefore, she has lived more or less good.
Okay.
But the another one, 5 years junior to me, she lived this like this.
Okay. Yeah. Because you were still struggling.
Just small sunlight is coming in front of the door. There is one madur, we placed the
Mat.
mat, you can see, mat. And one side she was sitting, opposite to side I am sitting.
Yeah.
For reading purposes.
Yeah. So, then did you move to other places or you stayed that place for a long time?
Up to MA.
MA.
I stayed there.
How many? 58.
No, 60.
60.
60.
Yeah, and then you moved somewhere else. Now, who made the decision? Your father made. What about your grandfather? Because if your father got the option, is it the reason why your grandfather also migrated?
No, not that. Because there is no condition.
No condition.
At that time, I mean the socio-economic condition. There's so much of fear attached to everything that they couldn't survive the honor along with their daughters.
Daughters, that was a big fear about the daughters?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a constant threat also.
Constant threats?
They leave the house, leave these things.
Okay.
Because I have a remembrance of Rangpur also.
Okay.
It's a very funny story. I have heard that story from my mother. My mother is a strict disciplinarian. And my grandfather, Shodich Lahiri, built one house there during Second World War.
Second World War.
And he migrated along with all daughters.
That Rangpur is also in North Bangladesh.
No, and during the evening, it was duty of my mother to call all the children, myself and other cousin, to go and sit for reading. And everyone has a mat and one hurricane. At one evening, say the psychosis, talking about psychosis. At one evening, there's every moment there's a Allahu Akbar,
Allahu Akbar
is going on, marching is going on, but nothing serious.
But the slogan hearing
slogan is there, and it's very frightening, frightening too. Now at one evening, my mother told, I find Dabu, the eldest one, is nowhere. Where he has gone? Where he has gone? By the time they heard, all of my cousins they heard the one awad, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. They shut all the doors and windows, etc. I later discovered that Dabu didn't attend the class, mother's class. He was snoring in the room.
but it scared all of you.
Psychosis like that,
Yes.
all the higher.
Yeah.
In that time, my grandfather left from for a long time because he had a good business in Calcutta.
Okay.
But
So the transition was a little bit easier.
no transition at all.
Yeah. Because
No
at least they had the Calcutta business.
In the Calcutta business,
Yeah.
they had a house there.
Yeah. So, besides your father going once, anybody else? Did you ever visit your ancestral home?
No, I didn't get the opportunity.
You didn't.
But still, I look forward to
Look for all
before
right.
Before my death.
All right. Good. Wish you all the luck. You know, have you ever thought why, for example, in Bangladesh, Hindus are minority and people like you have fled, where Muslims are majority, where in West Bengal, Hindus are majority, Muslims are minority, but not very many of them have fled. Why is this contradiction?
Answer is very simple.
Okay.
Simple is that, you know that one of our leaders, Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, you say Mahatma Gandhi, I do not say him Mahatma.
Okay.
Because to me he is not a Mahatma.
Yeah.
Achha. They divided the country.
Okay.
There is historical fact. And on the basis of religion.
Okay.
That you also know. Therefore, when we are forced to come out from that country, that Nehru say that minority will be protected here.
Okay.
Don't go.
Okay.
And you know, Hindus are basically a secular type of person and tolerant person. Therefore, they allowed them to stay.
Okay.
That's
and,
why.
And what about in Bangladesh or East
They've
Pakistan?
been forced to leave.
Okay.
During the partition, it was 6%. Now it is 1%.
No, it was 30%. It is down to about 10%.
No, less than 10.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll check it out. Now, do you know if anybody benefited because of partition of Bengal?
Don't mind. I have to tell the very bare fact, which I feel is a very pertinent question that asked me, that after, due to partition, especially, but I'm feeling very hesitant to say, being born a Hindu, I mean high caste Hindus,
Or privileged?
they are being hardened. They have lost everything.
But oppressed castes also, I mean, but they suffered, they've been slaughtered.
But they suffered, but you know that all these communities, Shaha and other communities, they're coming up and they're doing well here. They're doing well here.
But many of them are sacrificed.
Because most hard it is that born Hindu family, and you know, especially I say in my case, Barando community has totally lost.
Okay.
Totally fragmented here and there.
Okay.
There's no trace of it.
All
Big
right.
family, I can even recall the names of that, but they've gone.
Okay. I'm just about to end. Is there anything else you want to add that I didn't ask you?
Not that, but memory of that sorrow that I have seen once, the grandeur of Durga Puja in my body. That sense I lost in Calcutta here. I don't have home. I don't go to Desh in that sense of the term. I can join that great Durga Puja.
All right.
That's the loss of memory. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.